What's up guys, Ivan here. We are in Bochum. We're gonna play with Dr. Crapula here tonight and I'm gonna be recording the entire show. So I'm gonna walk to the venue now and show you a little bit around. Right now the support band is doing sound check. We already are done, we're finished. It was pretty good. The venue sounds really nice, to be honest. The venue itself is also really cool. So let me show you around and then I'm gonna walk you through a little bit of what we're doing, show you my setup, and of course then show you some concert footage of the show. So let's walk inside and see what happens.
Revivamos la única regla, amar a la tierra como hacían antes. Lo enseñado sin conciencia natural es aprendido en la ignorancia. La vida que construye paz es la que ama y respeta la libertad.
So this is my current live setup at the moment. As you can see, I've added the Origin Effects bass rig to the setup and combined it with the Quad Cortex. Essentially, I am treating the bass rig as if it was an amp, but I am not using the cap sim. I'm going out of the normal input, instrument input. So I'm bypassing the cap simulation, and signal-wise, you can take a look at this. I'm going on input 2, which is the XLR input from my wireless, which is right there. I could also use an normal 1/4 inch unbalanced cable, but I have this as a backup in case my wireless dies. If my wireless dies, I go into input 1 and then the volume is matched between both of them. But back to the signal, so input 2, you can see a signal flowing here. This is an effects loop, which is right here. That is going into input of the bass rig and then coming back from the effects loop. One thing that's important to keep in mind is that the volume of the effects loop on the Quad Cortex is not unity here. So I need to pull back the send level, as you can see here, by 3 dB more or less. It's between 3 and 6-ish, I think, but this is working for me. I set the tone of the bass rig using this level. And like I said, so this is sending the volume to the bass rig, coming back. I have an amp block here, just in case if I was to travel and I could only bring the Quad Cortex and not the entire board, so I've dialed it in to be somewhat similar, but this is just a backup. Then I'm going into an IR of an SVT 8x10. Then I have some EQ happening here between my sounds. As you can see, there's a pretty steep roll-off of the high mids and top end. This is for the more Latin and reggae style songs. When I switch to B, all of that is bypassed and all the tones is coming from the bass rig. And there's a light boost in the low end when I kick in the drive because you lose a little bit of low end. That's pretty much it, to be honest. There's a little bit of mid-range boost there, but it's not much happening other than that. And just like some minor EQ tweaks, but that's it, to be honest. Then we go into an envelope filter, which I turn on for a bass solo. I have some reverb and delay for an intro of a song. And here I have 2 compressors. Right now I'm using the 1176 style of compression, going for around 3 dB of gain reduction, slowest attack, fastest release, and also pulling back the mix a little bit to retain some playing dynamics. The last 2 shows I used an Opto, which is also really nice, but I just wanted to use the 1176 for this one, just to see how I feel with it. But the Opto has been working really well. So that's pretty much it. I am really happy about the bass rig at the moment because it's crunchy, it's driven the signal, it's really responsive to dynamics, so if I dig in hard it breaks up more, and it feels a little bit better than using the SBT model of the Quad Cortex, and it's also just adding some analog grit to the tone, so I'm pretty happy with the results so far. And of course, as always, my Dingwall Super P. These are the new Alnico pickups I just installed like a month ago, more or less, so this is the first round of shows that I'm doing with the new pickups. Dingwall nickel strings. I'm using my Groove Gear leather strap with my wireless here, and it's been working really good. Probably next week I'm gonna take the Super J just for fun, but the Super P is working great. So I think it's gonna be a great show. We have about 2 hours till stage time, so we're just gonna eat, chill a little bit, and then play. And I have to say, I'm really liking my new setup with the Origin effects and the Quad Cortex, so you're gonna listen to that. I feel that it sounds a bit punchier in the sound. It's a bit also more compressed, but not in a bad way. I mean, in a signal-wise, a bit more even, and it has like a really tight punch in the low end, and also some clarity as well. So I'm really happy about that.
Será dulce y suave como la miel, dice.